Hello, is I'm audible? Okay, so let's begin. Start करते हैं हम. We are going to learn and discuss UPSC GS paper 1. Okay, so I'm going to take 10 previous year questions and we are going to have a look complete detail analysis and the best way of writing the answer also. Okay, so let's begin. So UPSC Men's 2025 GS 1 detailed solution. Before that, I just want to make you know one thing. The way of writing means how we are going to proceed. So let's begin. Structure of answer writing. What is the structure of answer writing? So the best part for answer writing is it has three main parts. First one is intro, next one is body part, and at the end conclusion. How the marks has been distributed, assuming for 10 marks question. Okay, for the 10 marks question on intro there is 1 mark. Okay, on body part there is 8 mark, and on conclusion there is 1 mark. Okay, this is the structure for 10 marks question. So the main part is this one, the body part. How you are going to write the body part. Okay, let's change its color. So intro in the sense little bit attractive. It must be need to be attractive or what we call quotation. Okay, quotation कह सकते हैं. Or what to we also use some of the times reports or data for initiative. Okay, the body part. For the body part there is a three way of writing. First one is favoring the statements, means the positive aspect of a statement. So this is favoring the statement. The next one is against, means some of the time there is contradictory questions, so we should have to write something in against. This one is known as pros, this one is against. Okay, so this is cons, and again pros must have 3 or 4 dimensions. So dimension 1, dimension 2, dimension 3. Cons must have 3 dimension. I will discuss later that how we used to write in a different dimension. Okay, so actually number distribution is like if you write quote or something statement voice which has been said by some famous person and quoting the report or data or factual thing at initial stage, then it surely get 1 marks, there is no doubt. Okay, so this is 1 marks. Here out of this 8 mark has been divided into 4 marks and 4 marks, and these 4 marks is really difficult to get it, because in body part some of the time we should have to favor the statement, some of the time we should have to support, but the way of supporting is a different, because every student used to have a different approach. some used to validate the statement, some used to present directly answer. We will discuss this later, not on a bigger issue. But this is the most difficult part. Out of four, or what people used to get 2 out of 4, and here 2 out of 4. And in conclusion, mostly people used to get 1/2, not 1 marks, because conclusion must be like optimistic. Okay, optimistic. Conclusion कैसा होना चाहिए? It must be balanced. Okay, it must be balanced, or must have a future scope or futuristic approach, to whom we call futuristic approach. Or next one is solution based. Solution based. So this is the complete structure for the 10 marks question. And in the next video, I am going to explain how we used to secure 15 marks out of 15, or which highly impossible for the UPSC, but just we consider the ideal situation. Okay, so let's have a discuss the first question. The first question used to say, discuss the silent feature of Harappa architecture. Okay, Harappa architecture. So we should have to discuss the features of Harappa architecture. First one is we need to discuss about Harappa civilization. Okay, so there is a first part to whom we called intro, right? Intro means we need to write about Harappa culture, yeah, Harappa civilization. So what we used to write, this is also known as Indus Valley civilization. Okay, this is the first line what we are going to teach, right? Next one is we all know that this is the first urban civilization. So this is the first urban civilization. Okay, earliest urban civilization you also used to say. जिसका feature क्या था? It has some. Okay, so I'm going to write urban civilization, right? Urban civilization, so it must have some feature. This is the introductory part. So it has feature like advanced town planning, town planning. This is only introduction. Next, bath system. Okay, bathing system. Bathing system, baked brick. Okay, so this is an introductory part, and maybe you may use to write that they have a civil sense, what currently we are missing in Indian civil sense. Okay, so this is the introductory part. Whenever examiner who is going to check your copy have a look ki you had written all this point to introduce this topic, so the first impression means ki he knows and he build a concept in his mind that you know about the content. आपको पता है, you know about advanced town planning which already has been mentioned in the Harappan civilization. You know about the bathing system. It has a bathing system. Every room have a different bathing system. Baked brick, civil sense means you have a little bit knowledge, idea about Harappa civilization. So the first impression what has been built in his mind. Next is the body part. Body part. How we need to initiate the body part. It's a little bit difficult to approach it, but yeah, the best way to approach is just to explain all this term, okay, in a good manner what you had written or given. So first he used to ask about the silent feature, so we should have to write the feature of Harappa architecture. Okay, so this is the way how you should have to write up. Through mind map, through flow chart, you need to write. The first one is grid pattern planning. You all know that key और जो भी घर बनते थे वो बहुत ही स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में एंड रेक्टेंगुलर वे में बनते थे, which is lacking in this is the road and this is the rectangular way of grading, and these all are the house. Okay, what right now we are looking and finding in cities. Okay, so grid pattern planning. So the first point you used to write grid, let me write it with black, grid pattern planning. Okay, so this is the first point. How I'm writing, I'm just reflecting the way of best writing. It's impossible that to write it in a line by line. नहीं, time ही नहीं होता. You have only 7 minutes to write the answer. You have only 7 minutes for 10 marks question. So आपने bullets point में इंट्रोडक्शन लिखा, देन आफ्टर आपको बॉडी पार्ट्स भी बुलेट्स पॉइंट्स में लिखना है. ओके, सो what you have to write next, the first one is rectangular blocks. Okay, the next point, streets cut each other at right angle. Everyone knows streets cut at right angle. ओके, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी आर लुकिंग कि जितने भी स्ट्रीट्स हैं वो राइट एंगल पे कट कर रही हैं. सो आपने फर्स्ट पॉइंट लिखा, यू हैव रिटन द फर्स्ट पॉइंट, एंड इन फर्स्ट पॉइंट देयर इज टू सब हेडिंग ए एंड बी. दिस ऑल आर द पॉइंट. नेक्स्ट, सेकेंड पॉइंट, टेक अ कलर ऑफ green, blue. Okay, so next one is a citadel and lower town. So there is a two concept. First one is a town type. Okay, so in town type there is two type. First one is citadel, and next one is lower town. Okay, so in citadel, that is for the higher class people. Might be there is no mentioning of higher class or some administrative class, but yeah, of course you used to write it like administrative purpose, for the administrative purpose. Okay, and lower for the common people. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm writing everything in the bullet points. Okay, I will also show you how the examiner used to check, and I think one page is not sufficient to write the exact answer. Okay, so next time I used to take 2 pages, and if is it possible to add one more blank page in it? Yeah, that is possible, I think. Okay, so I think we have the potential to add one more page manipulation. Okay, rotate the page only. There is some option to add more pages, but I don't know that why it is not right now. Okay, not on a bigger issue. So I hope you are capable to understand that the way of writing. So this is the second points. Okay, so the third point, what we need to write, like we had already mentioned the grid pattern, we had already mentioned the town types. Next I think in Harappa civilization we also used to talk about drainage system. They had well defined drainage system. So drainage system. Okay, so drainage system in the sense कि they have a well defined pattern of drainage system, but currently we all know that some bigger city, metro political city like Gurugram, Mumbai, this is lacking right now. means we don't have a proper drainage system. And this is the third point. And what is the fourth one? Let's write it. Use of burnt brick, or you may use to say burnt brick. So burnt brick. Okay, this is the fourth point for the what we call kacha house and pakka house. So for the pakka house and public buildings also, domestic architecture also. Next, this is the body part. Okay, so next I used to write public buildings. Public buildings in the sense that is for the official work. Okay, so this is the first answer, and at the end we used to write about the conclusion. Okay, so I just want to write conclusion here. Conclusion. So what is the conclusion? Advance urban city. Okay, the first advanced urban city. And still we need to learn and execute or implement in our modern way of planning to our cities and something like that. Okay, so I just want to make you know how the examiner is going to check this answer. Let's analyze it. Okay, so the first point, I want to choose it like some colors, green colors. Is it okay? Red, this one. Okay, so how examiner going to check it? So first he used to check about your introduction part. Introduction is okay. Okay, you had already mentioned everything. He mark 1 mark. Okay, for the body part you had already mentioned the feature, what actually has been asked in the question. So for feature he used to correct it. What are the feature you had mentioned? Grid pattern, this one, town system or town types, drainage pattern, burn brick. Okay, so he used to do one thing. He used to allot marks like 1 mark for here, 1/2, here 1/2, here 1/2. This is the way of marking. He never going to mark by giving 1 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks. 1/2, 1/4, 1/8. Some of the time 1/16 they used to mark. You may find that out of 10 people used to get 0.5 marks, 0.25 marks. They used to cut the answer completely and give 0.5 marks. So he used to give in this way. Okay, for the town, for writing it he used to give 1/4, here 1/2 because you had already explained this topic. This is 1/2, here 1/2 because you are going to explain the drainage pattern, and at the end this is 1/2. Okay, and next time if you explain you will get the marks. And for the conclusion this is 1/2. Okay, so if I have to add the complete number, how much you will get after writing such a good answer in out of 10? Let's check. 1 marks. Okay, then after 1/2, 1/2 that is 2 marks. 1/2, 1/2 that is 3 marks. 1/4, 1/2, 1/2 that is 4.1/4, 4.25, and this is 1. Means out of 10 you are getting 5.5 out of 10 marks. This is the actually way of marking. The thing is that they are not ready to give you the marks. They are sitting there just to cut your marks, to deduct your marks. Okay, so I had written answer in the bullet form. Is it going to be the good? 110% it's going to be the good for you, because it's not only save your time, it's allow you to think in a very what we call point wise. You should have the best way of presenting your answer, and different types of strategy has been already felt. Like if you start writing line by line, it's a highly time consuming, and for the examiner it's so difficult to assume that is really he have to check or read line by line. He is not interested to read your copy, because he had already, I think, 200 or 300 copies in front of him, so he is not interested to do so. So the best thing is that write everything in points. Okay, so I just want to show you the answer how you should have to approach. Okay, so this is the answer what I had already discussed, that Harappan civilization, what you need to write. Valley civilization, Indus Valley civilization, earliest urban civilization. It is architecture shows advanced town planning and engineering skill. What I had mentioned, what I had not mentioned, engineering skill. Next, silent feature of Harappa architecture. The first one is the grading pattern, and then after the first one is the grading pattern. Like cities like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro were planned in a rectangular blocks. Okay, जो अभी हमने आपके सामने डायग्राम्स ड्रॉ किए थे, द स्ट्रीट कट ईच अदर एट द राइट एंगल, दिस 2 point. Okay, so this is my first point, this is A and this is B. Next one is citadel or lower town. Next, citadel area is for the administrative work. This is my A point, this is my B point. Lower town used for the common peoples. Next one is the drainage system, this is third point. Covered drain were connected to the each house, so there is a connectivity with each house. Like if I used to draw a rectangular, like this is the house, this is the house, this is the house, this is the house, this is the house. So along the road there is a drainage system, so drainage system is connected with each and every house. Okay, so there is accessibility what make it best. But right now we are facing a lot of problems in India. We find that we don't have a proper drainage system, like shown concern for the sanitation and public health. Obviously they used to do. नेक्स्ट, यूज ऑफ बर्न ब्रिक, जले हुए ब्रिक्स का यूज़ करते थे, जो हम आज मॉडर्न डे में भी यूज़ करते हैं. यूनिफॉर्म साइज हुआ करती थी बर्न ब्रिक की. देन आफ्टर इंडिकेट स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन एंड ऑर्गेनाइज प्रोडक्शन. एक्चुअली ब्रिक रेक्टेंगुलर शेप में होता है. So if they used to build such a brick, means they have a mathematical knowledge, they have a knowledge about the rectangle, they know how to use resources in the best possible way. Okay, next, public building like great bath at Mohenjo-daro के पास great bath था where people used to bath. Okay, granary हुआ करती थी for storing of the foods. So this is fourth point, this is 5 point. And at the end there is a domestic architecture. Domestic architecture in the sense house had courtyard, well and bathrooms. हर घर में एक courtyard हुआ करता था. assume करो ये घर है, तो घर के चारों साइड में rooms हैं. this is the rooms, and at the center this is the courtyard. Okay, so there is a bathroom house or bathroom room. साइड में एक बाथरूम रूम भी वर्क करता था. मैनी हाउस हैव मोर देन वन रूम्स. ओके, so this is the advancement what we have to write in this question, where he used to ask silent feature of Harappa architecture. I hope कि आपको पैटर्न समझ में आया होगा 10 मार्क्स का. नेक्स्ट टाइम जब हम क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कराएंगे, तो बिफोर दैट आई यूज टू एक्सप्लेन हाउ टू ग्रैप and how to tackle the 15 marks question of UPSC Men's. Okay, so I'm going to end this video right now. Have a good day, and if you love and if you had learned something from this, I hope कि आपने बहुत सारी चीज़ें यहाँ से सीखी होंगी. First one is the pattern and the way of writing, how we should have to proceed point wise. Think about that. What I had done here, there is a grid pattern planning. What I had written, rectangular block, but and actually there is a definition, grid pattern. City like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro were planned in a rectangular block. No need to write this initial line. समझ में आ रहा है what I'm saying? City like Harappa, we do not need to write this ki city like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The examiner already know that you are writing about the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, so directly you should have to write the rectangular block. Street cut each other at right angle. If you don't need to write everything, just write street cut at right angle. He knows that you try to write that streets cut each other. Achha, why I'm saying to use to write like this, because you need to save your time. You have a minimum time, you have only 7 minutes to write it answer. Okay, or in 150 words though, so there is a word constraint also. Okay, so I'm going to end this video right now, and have a good day, and thank you. And if you are not subscribed my channel, go and hit and subscribe my channel. Okay, मिलते हैं बहुत जल्द नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. हैव अ गुड डे.